back to another episode, everybody. My name is Val, and this is the What's Next podcast. Welcome back. Just to kind of give a little bit of like a backstory, we've spoken about this topic. I'm not going to mention it just yet, but I'm sure you probably already know from the name of the episode. But I know that we've touched this subject before. I'm going to do another part of this episode with more statistics. Also, just more of like, kind of like a recap of what I've learned and how I guess I feel like I've evolved more and I've learned more in this subject, which I think is important. And so I hope you guys like it. Bro, I love talking about this shit. Like, I don't feel embarrassed. I don't feel ashamed. I think it's a very important topic. Like, I know some people aren't open to talk about it, like, publicly or even like with their friends, let alone sometimes people don't even talk about it when they're in a relationship. I'm here to change the narrative, and I want to make this more like a comfortable subject. Like, it's a safe space to talk about these things because they're okay. Just because you don't talk about it, we all know, like, bro, we're out here. People are having sex. People are doing sometimes crazy ass shit, and they don't even talk about it. And it's just wild. Like, I mean, just from where I'm from, where I was raised, like, Utah, bro, the shit you hear people do just so that they don't feel like they're actually having sex is fucking wild. It's just crazy the shit people are willing to do instead of just having sex. Like, bro, just have sex. It's a normal human thing. Like, have sex. It's not a big fucking deal. If you don't see yourself getting married, like, especially in like the Mormon religion, if you don't see yourself getting married in the next, I don't fucking know, 5 years, or you don't want to get married until you're in your 30s, who gives a shit? Like, have sex. It's normal. God hasn't done anything to me for having sex, and I've been having sex for a minute now, for years. He's cool with it. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Truly, I promise you. Nothing bad is gonna happen. You'll literally still go to heaven. You'll still make it. Hopefully, I might see you there. Who knows? We'll wait. We'll wait to see what happens. But, like, just have sex, bro. It's really not that fucking deep. I promise you it's not that deep. Like, it's truly not that deep. It's a beautiful thing. I think sex helps grow your relationship a lot. It's not everything to a relationship, but I think sex helps you connect and become closer to your partner. I think it adds to that emotional connection that you've already built. Obviously, to each their own. Like, if you deadass want to wait till marriage and shit, to each their own. You do you. If that's what you feel like is best, you do you. Do what you feel is best. No judgment here, but also don't be fucking doing crazy ass shit. Don't be going out of your way to do other crazy ass shit. Just to say that you didn't have sex. Like, bro, it's not that deep. Trust me, it's not that deep. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about sex. There's so many things to sex. So many. I'm very open and honest. And, I'm going to keep it raw. Pun intended. You can even ask my friends. Like, bro, I be going into details and shit. Like, I'm very open about what I do. I'm very open about how I do it. And I'm very open about it, but my girlfriend isn't. I asked her, like, hey, are you okay with me sharing details? And she's like, no, which I respect that. Not everybody is open to that, but I am. Obviously, like, there are, sexual experiences that I've had that I'm going to share. I want to be respectful of people. Not everybody is as open as me, which is fine. Like, there's literally nothing against that. But I feel like if you can even have these uncomfortable but very vulnerable and important conversations with your partner, how do you ever expect to have a good sex life? How do you ever expect to have good orgasms? How do you ever expect to try new things? Test the waters. Like, bro, yeah, being vanilla is great, but fuck, there's a time where you're like, nah, bro, like, I'm trying to, at least for me, I'm like, no, I want to try new things. Like, literally, there's so many parts of your body that you can explore. And you can do, like, the sensation and feelings and, like, literally this, I'm just gonna give you a simple example. I'm sure you might have kissed somebody before that is a bad kisser, but when you've gotten to, like, when you finally get to kiss someone that actually knows what the fuck they're doing, they're not just fucking being all sloppy and fucking putting their tongue everywhere, like, you literally, you can feel the difference. I know that's a very simple example, but it's literally, that's how it is. Like, different techniques that people kiss, like the way that people kiss, different ways you can kiss, literally makes a difference and can enhance, like, even a fucking simple makeout, a fucking literally a 2-minute makeout can make a difference by just figuring out what you're doing, how you're doing, syncing up with your partner. And it just enhances the whole experience. That's how sex is. Like, the more you learn, the more you test the waters, the more you, obviously with consent. Don't just be out here fucking thinking you could just put shit in any hole. You gotta, come on, be mindful. Be, like, consent is important. You can't just fucking be doing random ass shit without asking people if they're okay with that. Keep that in mind. Crazy that I even have to mention this, but yeah, there's crazy ass people out there, and I've fucking heard, bro, they be doing wild ass shit without even asking, like, yo, is this okay? Like, are you open to this? Crazy as fuck. It's like I was saying, it's that simple. And people, I feel like people don't take the time to really evolve in their sexual experiences and evolve in their sexual life. Because honestly, I'm gonna be honest, like, when you're in a long-term relationship, and even if you do end up moving in with that person, familiarity, like, the more you get familiar with somebody, your desire decreases. And especially add on to that, you're not even exploring or evolving, like, yourself, or your partner isn't evolving either, and it's just the same old fucking shit every time. Of course, you're not gonna really wanna have sex. Am I saying missionary is ass? No, bro. I personally love missionary, but is that the only thing I do all the time? Absolutely not. An important thing about this specific topic with sex, you have to have open communication. Is it uncomfortable? Yes, it is. But guess what? That's a part of life. That's how you evolve. That's how you grow. You have to have these open and honest conversations. That's the only way you're going to get anywhere. That's the only way you're going to become comfortable trying new things with your partner, or being like, yes, I do like when you do that. I love when you do that. I prefer to do this more often, or I'm not a fan of that. Let's try something else. There's ways to say things so that you don't offend your partner, but also you can be very respectful in saying no to somebody, and that's okay. Like, you don't have to be saying yes to everything if you really don't want to do it. Like, you have to also get comfortable with saying no if that's truly something that you don't want to do or try. Doesn't mean that it's gonna be forever, but I just think if you don't truly feel comfortable, you're not gonna have fun during the experience. It's not gonna be a good experience for you, and you're not gonna want to try it again. And I was doing some research, and I also watched this podcast about this sex therapist that has been doing her work for 20 years, and she helps people enhance their sex life. She helps people in monogamous and polyamorous or even open relationship type of dynamics. It's kind of crazy because the statistics that she was saying was fucking wild, but also at the same time, I'm not surprised just because I feel like as a society, I think in the US, we've gotten more open about not only mental health, but also just taboo topics like sex. And we've been able to be more open and able to be more receptive when it comes to this topic and just be teachable and be like, okay, like this is an important thing. I want to enhance my sex life. I want to be the best lover that I could possibly be. So I'm going to listen and I'm going to be open to what these professionals have to say. In her podcast episode, she said that a study that was done in 2020 said 42% of women and 54% of men are unhappy with their sex life. Which again, to be honest, I'm not surprised. Especially the way sex is portrayed in the media and how it's portrayed in like movies. It's truly not the way sex is. Like it's really not. Like even porn, like you watch porn and there's just endless categories. There's endless websites to go on to. And it's truly not what sex and making love is like. It's truly not. When I've watched like pornography, a long ass time ago, the way men are having sex with these women in these porn videos, it's so like aggressive, it's so hard. And don't get me wrong, are there people that like to have aggressive sex? Yes, there are. But the way that they were doing it, it just felt like the woman wasn't even enjoying herself. From there, until I actually had my first sexual experience, I didn't understand the difference between fucking and making love. There are two completely different things. I'm not saying like fuck aggressive sex is wrong, not at all. Everybody has their preferences. You could do whatever you like. If that's your cup of tea, that's your cup of tea, then sip that shit. Another thing that was, I guess it was kind of shocking to me, that penis and vagina sex is women's least favorite sexual act. That's literally the only way that I've ever seen sex, either in movies, in porn, on social media. Like that's the only thing I feel like I can say that I've constantly seen is anytime I think of sex, I think of penis and vagina. Like there being penetration, right? Like the vagina being penetrated by penis, being penetrated by strap-on toys. And it's not the only way that that you can please a woman. Trust me. That is not the only way you can please a woman. There's so many ways that you can please a woman. Educate yourself. Talk to your partner. Hey, do you like when I do this? Do you like getting fingered? Do you like head? You need to be open and honest about what you're doing. And also, another thing I want to mention. I want to say for sure, and I can say this for a fact, when I first experienced sex, the reason why I feel like I was able to understand and know when I was going to orgasm is because I had masturbated before and I knew what it was for my body to feel an orgasm. I wasn't waiting for my partner to make me orgasm because I already knew how to get myself there. So it wasn't like a mystery that we both had to figure out. I think it really helps when your partner already knows or has masturbated and has experienced an orgasm on their own. And it's easier for them to guide you because they know their body and they can guide you. It's easier. I want to say especially with when men and heterosexual dynamics and relationships, it's not always the man's job to make you orgasm, right? He can't fucking read your mind. And especially when you're first getting together, he doesn't know your body as well as you do. You need to be open and honest about how he can get you there. You can guide him. And it's okay. Also, men or anybody, bro, be teachable. Don't be fucking all egotistical, coming in here and shit, thinking that you can do whatever the fuck and make your partner orgasm. Bro, everybody's bodies are different. Just because the way your previous partner orgasmed doesn't mean that your new partner is gonna orgasm that same way or get there the same way. It's different for everybody, literally everybody. And again, you need to just be teachable. What's crazy is that when I was listening to the podcast, people think that we should have sex 3 times a week, but this sex psychologist said it's actually lower than that. It's 3 times a month because good sex is better than half-ass sex, right? Also, planned sex can put so much pressure on somebody, especially when you're not even being open and honest about your sex life. I feel like it can apply so much pressure. Expectations and pressure can make sex worse, right? Sex should be like a care and worry free thing that you do with somebody. It's not always easy, but I feel like the more comfortable you get with your partner and the more open and honest you are with them, the more it flows, right? I think that's the way we'd all want it to be, but in order for you to get there, you have to be open and honest and you have to communicate. And she also mentioned in the podcast that when people have great sex, the relationship lasts longer and you are actually more productive the next day at work. When you orgasm, it's literally a release of energy, and it's like it literally is just so relaxing. For me personally, it just relaxes my body. I feel so calm. I feel so happy. And I just feel like I literally can feel like my muscles, if they were like tight and tense, like they just, bro, I'd be just fucking knocking out. Like it just puts me to sleep. Paying attention to what is happening in your body and your mind is a key part of sex. It's hard when you're physically there, but you're mentally somewhere else. It's going to be harder for your body to be in the moment and to be able to orgasm. It's not going to be as easy, or even to feel the pleasure that you're receiving or giving. I think an important thing with sex is being mindful, right? And being able to just be in the moment. Don't think about tomorrow. Don't be on social media. Don't be like thinking about yesterday, tomorrow, or anything. Just be in the moment and enjoy the moment. Just let go. Let go, be in the moment, and enjoy it. I thought that just because we have been more open and honest about sex, and it's becoming less of a taboo topic, at least in my life, you'd think that people would be having more sex, but that's not how it currently is. We've actually been having less and less sex. 10 years ago, people were having more sex than they are today, which is crazy because you think, I think that, damn, like, new studies are coming out and people are being more open about sex, kinks and BDSM and shit like that. You'd think that people would be more open to try it and be more sexually active, but that's not the case, and it's crazy as fuck. The shit that happens in Utah is wild as shit because the Mormons be wildin' just because they're scared of having sex because of what they're told. But anyways, so just because you don't have penis and vagina sex, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're not having sex. What do I mean by this? If someone gives you oral sex, right? If someone fucking gives you head, or even a fucking hand job, you're still literally a blowjob, right? A blowjob is oral sex. It's literally in the fucking word. Oral sex. You're still having oral sex. You're still having a sexual experience with somebody. Same with you giving head to like a female receiving oral sex. Oral sex. You're still giving them head. Like still it's oral sex. Don't be fucking out here thinking you ain't having sex when you're having sex. I'm not giving you shit for it, but I'm saying like, bro, if you're out here doing it, it's okay, bro. You're chilling. Nothing's gonna happen to you. It's okay. Same with anal sex. Anal sex. If you're penetrating somebody's ass, you're having anal sex, bro. You're having anal sex. If you're penetrating them with your penis, you're having anal sex, okay? Even if you're fingering them up the ass, you're still engaging in sexual activity, okay? If that's what you're gonna do, you gonna do it, but don't be scared to actually have sex if that's what you want to engage in. Like, it's not a big deal. Just fucking do it. Like, the stories I fucking hear that people are doing, bro, like, people are fucking armpits. People are fucking literally penetrating a vagina and just what they call docking. They're literally just staying there. Like, they literally will penetrate a vagina and they won't move. They won't thrust. They literally will just stay there. Like, that's fucking wild, bro. If you're gonna go those lengths, just fucking stroke and get it over with. Just fucking do it. Again, it's okay. It's a normal thing. Sex is a normal thing. I really do think, like, if you already don't have the healthiest relationship and you're not having great sex, I feel like it will just bleed into the relationship. It could honestly end up breaking you, like breaking you up from the relationship. It could literally end the relationship, which is why it's important to grow and evolve as a human being. The same way you're emotionally evolving and mentally evolving, you need to be able to sexually evolve, okay? I feel like you need to learn. You need to listen to podcasts. You need to have these conversations with your friends, your partner, and evolve as a human being. Sexually evolve, become better, okay? We're not just always gonna stay the same and do the fucking same 2 positions our whole life. That shit is boring as fuck. I'm sorry. That could not be me, bro. That is so fucking boring. Be teachable, okay? The same way you go to college to learn your major, do your fucking research in sex, okay? You're not the expert. You don't always know everything. I'm still learning. I'm still learning. And I'm learning new things, new techniques. Like, I'm reading research papers and I'm looking at statistics, and I'm being open and vulnerable and honest with my partner about what she wants to try, what she's open to trying, what she likes. Literally, I'm just trying to always evolve and grow as a human being in all areas of my life. And I just want to be the best me that I possibly can ever be. And I want to show up as the best me. I want to be the best lover that I possibly can be. I want to be attentive. I want to meet my partner's needs. I want my partner to feel good. And I want us to just have a good time every time we have sex. So men who exercise regularly can last twice as long in bed versus those who aren't physically active, which makes sense. It's crazy because I've had my friends say, like, yeah, bro, when I used to be like fit and shit, and like I used to run, or I used to be in a sport, or just used to physically be active, I could last up to like 30 minutes. But now, like, I can maybe last 15. And it's like, no judgment, but obviously you can tell the difference, right? And I think also foreplay is good. Foreplay doesn't need to mean, like, it doesn't mean that, like, it's only sexual. Foreplay can mean, like, literally it could literally be at any time of day. You can fucking grab your partner's ass, you can smack it, you can like kiss them passionately, have like a little makeout session during the day. You can kiss their neck, you can touch their body, massage their back. That's foreplay. It doesn't necessarily mean that foreplay is only for sex. Like, you can foreplay throughout the day, so that when you do get to the point, when you do end up having sex, it's like there's just so much buildup. So again, foreplay doesn't always mean it's only for the bedroom. It's not, okay? A thing that the psychologist brought up is sexual currency. And honestly, I wasn't aware of the term until she brought it up. So, sexual currency. So this term is used to describe activities that can improve a couple's relationship and sex life, such as flirting, casual touches, sex jokes, talking about sex. Another thing is how to keep desire high. Kissing more. Don't only kiss during sex. That sucks. If you're only kissing during sex, damn. That would feel to me like there's no like intimacy whatsoever. Like, damn, I can't even get like a peck, or not get, but damn, like we can't even kiss here and there, or like in public, or like even have like a little makeout sesh. Like, that's wild. Only during sex? Nah. Making time for intimacy. That's how you keep your desire high. And experimentation, right? Trying new things. Like, Being open to trying new things. Because bro, no one wants to do the same shit over and over. That shit gets boring to me. Like, yeah, if you're saying yeah right now, we'll fucking see it in 10 years if you're still like fucking hyped as shit to do the same thing that you've been doing for the past 10 years. Like, that's wild as fuck. No. Another thing she brought up was it doesn't matter who initiates sex. I used to feel the pressure of having to be the one to initiate sex. I think, I honestly, I think when men would probably experience this more, like feeling the pressure of initiating sex. It really doesn't matter who initiates sex. I think whenever your partner wants to have sex, if they want to have sex, they shouldn't wait for you to initiate it. And you shouldn't wait for your partner to initiate sex. Like, if you want to have sex, then initiate sex. It doesn't matter what gender you are. It doesn't matter what relationship dynamic you have. If you want to have sex, initiate it. That's simple. Another thing, honestly, that I did find interesting is most men don't just want someone to tell them that they want to have sex. They want to feel intimate. They want to feel wanted. They want to feel like they are desired and wanted, not just that their partners are doing it for them. And I get that. Who doesn't want to feel wanted? Who doesn't want to feel desired? Right? Like, I think the way media portrays men is like these fucking sex machines that are like already whenever you say let's fucking do it. And I honestly don't think it's that way. I think they're human, right? There's gonna be days that they're not gonna want to have sex, and that's okay. Like, you're a human being. You have the right to say no. If you don't want to have sex with somebody, you don't have to have sex with anybody, you know? Like, it's your body. You're in charge. That's okay. Just because a man doesn't get hard and he is saying that he wants to have sex, it doesn't mean that he doesn't desire you, and it doesn't mean that he isn't attracted to you. It might just mean that he needs some time to get aroused. Like, you need a damn, like, that's crazy if you think that you can just jump right into it. Like, yeah, maybe sometimes you can because there's just been a buildup, but sometimes you can't. You need a warm up. And that's okay. Like, me personally, dead ass, when I wake up in the mornings, I dead ass cannot have morning sex. Like, I need to wake up and I need to get warmed up before I can. Versus, like, if I wake up, I go about my day, and then later, it's easier for me to get, like, turned on, and it's easier for me to get into it than it is to, in the morning, like, right off the bat, just fucking go at it. I personally can't. I know my friends say that they love morning sex. It's not that I don't love it. I have done it before. Honestly, I could even feel it dead ass in my orgasm. Like, I don't orgasm as hard, and I don't have, like, it doesn't feel as good to me as when, like, I've fully woken up, and like it's easier for me to get into it when I feel like I'm just fully up and I've gone about my day, and like I'm showered and I brush my teeth. Also, that shit, oh my god, morning breath, bro, what the fuck? Hell nah. I am not gonna have sex if I don't feel clean, and if I didn't brush my teeth. Like, bro, that's the basics as fuck for me. Like, absolutely not. That's a no for me. Also, I'm not a parent. Maybe one day I will be, maybe one day I won't. We'll see. But an interesting fact about parents is that people actually start getting sleep after their kid is 6. The reason I'm mentioning this is because plenty of people have sex after either their baby is 3 months, and others it can take them up to a year. And yes, I'm sure like it can affect the relationship. It was just an interesting fact that like people don't have sex after 3 months or even up to a year, or sometimes even more than that. In the last episode when we did the sex episode, like maybe probably 2 years ago now, maybe. But pre-ejaculation, right? Like premature ejaculation. Okay. Now I know my last episode I was fucking giving 2 pump chumps shit, right? I get it. Like, I get it. It feels good. You can't contain yourself. It feels good. You just finish quick. I understand. No judgments here. The only judgment I will give you is if that is every single time. That is fucking selfish. Literally fucking selfish. Learn your fucking penis. Learn your fucking dick, alright? There's things that I'm gonna tell you can do so that you're not fucking ejaculating fucking quick without pleasuring your woman, okay? Also, another thing. You don't need to get right in. You don't need to get right in. Literally, if you know that you prematurely ejaculate, give your woman head. Like, bro, y'all ever heard of nipple play? It's a thing. Y'all ever heard of, like, you can literally give your woman, your partner, you can give your partner head. Okay? You can give your partner, you can finger your partner and make her come, okay? If this shit is such a big deal for you and you literally can't contain yourself and you're a selfish prick, there's things that you can do to please your woman, okay? Understand that and know that, okay? But I really do hope that you fucking work on that shit. I'm sure it's not easy. But if it's every fucking time you've been with your partner for more than 6 months, fucking get it together, dog. Get it together. I'm gonna give you some tips on how you can work on this shit, aight? So, something that can help you with premature ejaculation, okay? A tip. Masturbate 1 or 2 hours before having sex, okay? There you go. There's one tip. Tip number 2, deep breaths, okay? Deep breaths can briefly shut down the ejaculatory reflex, okay? There's tip number 2. Other tip, all right? Tip number 3. Start-stop technique, okay? What this does, it stimulates the penis until just before orgasming, and then you stop so that the urge to ejaculate goes away. You're training your body to not just fucking immediately, just in a few minutes or even seconds, to come. That's what you're training your body to do. All right? And then the 4th one, which is probably the most helpful, is pelvic floor exercises, all right? Kegel exercises. I'm going to deadass in the description notes leave a link where you can do these exercises so that they can help you not prematurely ejaculate. I'm not an expert. I'm still learning just like you. I'm open and I'm teachable. I have these open and honest conversations with my girlfriend. I've literally, from the very beginning, I've always been open and honest. I've never been ashamed, because what the fuck is there to be ashamed of, bro? We all fuck. We all have sex. It's a normal thing. You shouldn't be afraid of it. Don't be ashamed of what you do and what you don't do, right? You can evolve as a human being. You can evolve sexually. There's so many things you can try, so many things you can do, so many parts of your body you can explore to feel different sensations. Sex is a beautiful thing. I love it. My friends love it. We talk about it. We're open about it. It's okay to go to your friends for tips. Be open about it. Don't be ashamed. It sucks. It is shameful, to be honest. And I hope you feel fucking shame if you're just fucking out here coming quick without pleasuring your partners and just being a selfish fuck. Don't be selfish. Alright, be mindful of people. You ain't the only person here that wants to orgasm and have a good time. Be mindful, alright? Learn, okay? Evolve as a sexual human being. Learn your shit. Ask questions. I don't even know everything, but I feel like I've just because I've been super willing to evolve and learn, I've gotten better. You know, I'm gonna actually say something real quick. Someone actually once told me, like, right, they were explaining to me, yeah, like, just from her moaning and shit, like, I don't even ask questions, like, just from her moaning, I know that she's having a good time. You know how fucking easy it is to fucking fake a moan, bro? Fake an orgasm? Bro, countless women have told me that they faked it, bro. So please, if you're basing how good you are as a partner just based off of how they moan and you're not asking any questions and you're not really getting to know their body, I'm telling you right now, you don't trust me, bro. You think you know, but you really don't know. Ask the questions. Put your ego aside. It's alright to not know everything, alright? It's alright. Everybody's body is different. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to wanna learn. It's okay to be explorative, alright? You don't always know everything, and that's okay. But yeah, that's all that I had for you guys today. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. I love you guys. Continue to stay open and, be mindful and never stop learning, especially things like this, right? About your sex life, especially if you want to evolve and become a good lover and just make the experience for the both of you, or even sometimes even 3 of you, 4 of you, I don't fucking know. Just a good experience for everybody, okay? Don't forget to lead with love. And I'm going to leave you like I leave you every single episode, guys. What's next? Thank you.